Alright, what's up, Dragon Brood? We're going to take a look at cats today, because we haven't played cats in, I don't know, at least a full set's worth of decks. Honestly, the only thing we've really added here is Elspeth and made a few adjustments to the numbers from last time, but might just be good enough. So starting at the top, we do have Bosri. I do like Bosri here because if we can get to a situation where we can leave it up to cycle, we can just protect ourselves from sweepers, and there's a lot of those right now. Lean in Vanguard, little way to get some extra life, but can be a sizable body for 1 mana. Playing a couple of copies of Get Lost because I wanted to have just a few more pieces of removal in here, and some Glory Heath links. Good against these super aggro, mono red, whatever type decks, and can help us find some land, which is big considering we have a few things that do cost 5 mana in here. Helpful Hunter just helps us dig a little better. I wish this was kind of a little bit of a better card, but it's a 1/1, so it's not huge, but the card it gets us is important. We do have Sheltered by Ghost for our removal of choice, really, in here. And then we're playing 3 Sky Knight Squire. I thought about going 4, but I feel like there's a lot of situations right now where Sky Knight Squire just isn't good enough. But if you get it and it sticks around, obviously good. So we'll see how we feel about it and if we want to add one by the end of the video. Arabo, the first Fang, obviously good. Nothing really to say here. Pump your team, make more tokens. We are playing a full set of Patchwork Banner, so we have an additional way to pump our team, because this is something we saw a lot of success with in our previous build. And then we're playing Elspeth Stormslayer. This can either let everything come over the top, which is great, or just make us a bunch of cat tokens in some cases, or just recover after opponents dealt with all of our creatures. And then, of course, we're playing some Regal Caracal because, well, just giving everything another +1 is just a good way to win ball games, right? But lands is just very simple. We're going 20 plains, 4 Soulstone Sanctuary. Wow, I don't know what that word was. But mostly because it can turn into a cat and is likely going to be a 4/4 or 5/5 pretty often. Now, if you do want to download this list, there'll be a link that takes you over to Moxfield, our channel sponsor, like always, or you can go ahead and buy this over at Tales of Adventure. That's TOAMagic.com. You can use code DRAGON, DRAGN, and it'll save you 5% on your whole order. But yeah, let's go see if this small update makes a big difference. Okay, let's see if we get there. I mean, this makes it a little sketchy, but that's alright. We're willing to gamble. Could be a bad gamble, but we're willing to gamble. Alright. Any chance our top couple of cards are lands? There's one. Whoop, wrong card there. Let's play this one. There we go. Plains. Yeah, Shelter by Ghost is okay, I guess. As the backup plan. Wow, just rides in straight up on a tapped guy. Alright, well, let's try this, I guess. Now, does this mean we don't want to attack with a Rabo? There's also a point where we need to find some plains. Would be great. Well, Rabo might be dead here anyway. Okay, well, lockdown, fair enough. Okay, that's starting to help. This is interesting. Because I'm like, if we use a Rabo, we get this back, we get to draw a card. I'm gonna do it. Because if they have a sweeper, like what happens here? They just get, our dudes die and they get back a, that's actually going to do nothing because there's nothing on the battlefield. I mean, I guess they could play a land, rides in our Rabo. Then we have to top deck a land for Regal Caracal, I suppose. Okay, well, it's just Mainsbind Tome. That was like the best thing that could happen there. I'm going to assume, for better or worse, that the opponent probably has a Sunfall. So I don't think we're going to want to commit too much here. We have 9. If we could find one of our things that pumps our team, a banner or something. Eesh. So close to being correct, but it is so wrong. Alright, we're gonna hope to draw a land after the Sunfall goes off. Okay, looks like they're gonna get rid of our Rabo. Yeah. Oh, no, they're not. They're drawing a card. I thought they were just gonna tap that first. knowing it was going to go away. Yeah, I think we're in good shape then. Yeah, okay. All right, this seems a solid curve-out hand here. Nothing to complain about. Question is, how many of these are going to live, though? Well, looks like our first one isn't. Oh, maybe. Looks like we were wrong. Oh, Corey Cell Cutter. All right, well, we'll see what happens here. Ooh, that's not bad. I don't think I want to do that, though, because there's a good chance they have a shock and they'll just tap out to kill this thing. So I'd rather do this, build the board a little bit, start getting our life gainers on track, and then playing a Rabo to kind of help us out. Oh, Cutter. Oh, they're wrecked here. Do that right now. And then I'm going to use this. And then we gain life, then we attack, and we gain more life. Like, our total's going the wrong way for the opponent here. Now, they don't even know. We have another way to pump the team, and we have another Vanguard. Like, even if they played a land and played 2 spells here, and one of those removed a Rabo, we'd still be okay. Oh, yeah, that's it. Like, they didn't even play a land. Like, they're cooked. Yep, that'll do it. Ooh, I guess we'll keep this. I mean, theoretically, okay, that helps. Let's say theoretically, we're like 1 mana away from being able to play Elspeth under the current circumstances. So it's not bad. Oh, you have a counter? No. I mean, they might just kill our creature too. What's wild is there's so many ways people can flash stuff in and whatever, so attacking isn't even totally safe these days, which I find very amusing. I guess I want to do this. Because even if it gets countered, I can Lynx plus get lost maybe next turn, so I guess that's fine. Oh, even more so since they're going to be playing dragons, it looks like. Almost kind of glad that got out of the way so we could possibly clear some room for Elspeth. Let's try a Lynx. And then we'll try to saddle a Lynx. That gets us a point. Go to attack. Alright, so now we have the mana. It's just, will we get a runway to clear Elspeth? Yeah, I figured that's what was happening. I kind of want a situation where they try to, like, ill-gotten gain, or ill-timed explosion here. Ill-gotten gain's a whole different card. Well, it's same difference. Yeah, you sweep the board. Then we start playing Elspeth. At least that's the game plan for the moment. Alright, let's see if we can clear the other one. The answer's probably no. I'm going to go with this. Because again, Elspeth I think is more important. Yeah, that's fine. Might as well attack. Like they're only at 10. Might as well get the 2 points in, right? I was thinking they might be encouraged to play a meringue there, but they didn't. Yeah, I guess we try. That's tough. Try again. Alright, Arabo, I see you. Alright. Then we try to kill that. I mean, we might get them to fight over keeping this alive. I was hoping they would, actually. No deal, though. Alright, they're at 7. I'm assuming they're going to draw some more. Oh, they didn't draw cards there. Thought they were gonna. They might just meringue here if they have the mana and then just bounce our 2 tokens. No. No luck. Weird. Okay, then. Yeah, what are we doing here? I guess we attempt to attack. No creature lands on their side. if we do that, we can still turn on... No, we wouldn't be able to turn. We only have 6 mana. Yeah, I guess we just end the turn. I'm like, I don't know what else we're going to do here. I mean, obviously, they're waiting for us to do something, but... That's tough. All right. Well, that's going to be that. They were obviously waiting to get our Arabo, but it is what it is. Sure. You got it. They have another Jeskai Reveler. I always told people, like, if they resolve 2 of those cards, like, it's tough to win, man. It really is. Yeah, they don't even care. That tells us everything we need to know right now. They have no concern about us having this guy. Try to attack. I mean, we know that they know that we have a Rabo, so sure. Alright, I guess we try. Arguably, I could have went Arabo and Token, but Basri, but I don't think that would have been enough. I mean, we're just gonna chump block here. Nothing else really worth doing. Oh, they had a get lost too? Alright, we're dead. Let's move along. Oh, I'm gonna mulligan this. Ah, that's not any better. Dang it. Got a little greedy. I was hoping to draw a hand with a 1 and a 2, but that obviously is not a situation that happened here. Alright, well, if there's something that's going to die, at least it's the smallest thing. Okay. And we're back to at least 4 mana we have access to, so that's kind of nice. I'm just trying to decide if it's worth it to play a Rabo here or not. Part of me feels like no, but part of me also feels like yes, because we know it's going to die, but we get a token left behind, and next turn we can Squire plus get lost possibly. And then we're already at the 5th mana, so then we can Regal Caracal. If Sky Knight Squire lives, that's a huge bonus. Oh, really? Huh. Okay, then. I just didn't bother doing it pre-combat because I assumed they had some other kill spell. But apparently, we were wrong. So now I don't know what I want to do. Is this just some... I don't even know. I have to assume they're playing a sweeper or something next turn, right? Let's just do this. If they have it, cool, we play Caracal. If not, then great. Because I can't imagine what else is going on here. They really just played nothing into an Edict into a Invasion of Zendikar. And our draw was kind of slow. But why are you ramping so hard? Oh, that guy. Okay. Well, that could have been worse. It's weird when your opponent plays a Vaultborn Tyrant, and you're just like, yeah, okay. Like, I just realized how nonchalant I was about that, but yeah, sure. Vaultborn Tyrant. You got it, fam. Yeah, I'm just gonna attack. Like, we lose a token, but whatever. Yeah, that dude flies. Alright. So even if they have a sweeper, they get back a Tyrant, we can kill a Tyrant, we can play a Lynx, and they're at least close to within range that we could consider possibly trying to win. Alright, that's unfortunate, because they're probably going to fight our Sky Knight Squire. At least I would think so. All right. Well, you're not going to fight the Squire, because if you were going to do that, you would have just done it while it was at an 8. Because otherwise, that's kind of foolish. Yeah, not really sure what went down there. But this all feels fine. Let's see, maybe you have a protective spell for this guy? Nope, not even that. Okay, yeah, that's game. Okay, what are we looking at here? Sure, let's do it. This is going to be interesting because we have Vanguard, potentially a life gainer. We have Sheltered by Ghosts, could possibly remove something. So we'll have to see how this plays out. Because we could also just take an insane amount of damage here early. Yeah, we're obviously not blocking. Wow, did they for real not have anything? What? Huh? That, that sequence moved as though they didn't even have anything to play there. So I guess we attack? I mean, maybe I'm supposed to just get rid of the Corey Steel Cutter there, but I'm curious to see what they do on this turn. Because again, we do have potential to gain extra life here. Okay, so they don't have anything. Wild. Okay, then. Not how I thought this was going to go down at all. I hate wasting this on such a card, but if you just don't have anything, then so be it, I guess. Now, admittedly, I could get rid of the Cutter, but in this regard, I'm like, they're having to find a way to play multiple spells to even be threatening anyway here. Sure. Alright, well, you're not pumping our dudes, so we're just going to go and start gaining more life. Oh, that's huge. Yeah, we're just going to pass here. This is great, great, great. Even if our opponent gets rid of our Glory Heathlings here and spend all their mana, we are okay with it. Yeah, bet. We ain't blocking if you attack. I was going to say, you got to do something there. But we are totally okay with that. Oh, and a Caracal? Whoa! Alright, I'm going to go Caracal first. Yep. Get in there with these two. And now everything has lifelink? Yeah, the opponent's not in a good spot here. Even if their hand was perfect, we're at 33 with blockers. You got it. You got it. So they had a handful of burn spells, basically. Alright, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, they can't even afford to attack. We're just going to Elspeth minus, or not even minus, just +1 everybody. That'll do it. Ooh, okay. Yeah, let's see if we can make this work. Alright, no graveyard for me. So, this is sort of what I was talking about, though, in the opener about Sky Knight Squire, right? This is an exact situation where it's kind of like, oh, okay, Sky Knight Squire is cool, and you sort of want to play it on 2, but since it dies to everything, you don't really. And in this hand, I might have gambled it if I had an untap, or I knew I was going to have an untap land for Arabo, but I don't even have that, so it's kind of a tough call, you know? I guess we do this, see if we could find a land. Okay, yeah, that's fine. You have an edict. Come on, planes. You just troll me. Okay. Preacher of the Schism. Okay, what do we want to do here? We could do this into Leon and Vanguard, or we could Vanguard, actually a Rabo, then Vanguard, and then play this and this. Yeah, I don't think this will live through next turn, but that's fine. I think we're accepting of this. This is okay. Mostly because of the potential damage we have next turn. Also, if we just draw an untapped land, then Elspeth gets to go off. Alright. Oh, gotta get rid of you. Oh, are you gonna make us discard a card here? Yeah, that's tough. Don't overthink things. Jeez, do we want to gamble on Elspeth or not, team? I guess not. I'm weak. I'm weak. I'll admit it. I should have. And I know I'm going to draw a land off the top now because I did that, but I couldn't do it. Okay, not punished because we could have been. That had potential to be not very good for us, so we lucked out. We wouldn't have had it. It was the right call. Didn't know it at the time, though, but ended up being the right call. All right, so let's go. Let's just get Elspeth, or Liliana out of here. Let's send all of that over there. All right, that works. Okay, now we can start worrying about other things. Aclazox, boo to that. Alright, looks like we need something else to pump our team after all. Ooh, you ain't bad, though. Not really what we're looking for, but you're definitely not terrible. Okay, what's the best situation here? Just turn this into a dude? Because then it's a 5, and they're kind of priced into blocking that. Attack, attack. Assuming they block the 2 big ones, they would take 12, but they gain 4. That's not terribly exciting. Alright, I guess we just attack with those. Because otherwise, we're not really making much headway. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, cool. That's kind of as good as we could have hoped for, right? Now the question is, I think we just hold this in case they have a sweeper or something. Or, yeah, that's probably the best thing. Oh. Shieldred. Sacrifices a non-token. Wow, luckily we had another creature because I could have got wrecked there. Let's... What does this cost to flip? Exile it. Sure, each opponent sacrifices a non-token creature. You can pay 5 and exile it. Yeah, okay. I think I'm just going to cycle this. See if we can find something better. Get some damage in here. I mean, obviously it's a suspicious attack if I'm the opponent, but... Oh, why couldn't I have just drawn that outright? That would have been sick. Alright. We're not quite there yet. We're close. Now we're there. Sometimes just gotta be patient. Dramatic effect. Alright. Alright, yeah, we'll keep this. Oh, Basri didn't even die. I was thinking if it dies, at least we have a backup. But that's fine. Let's go attacking. Oh, interesting. Huh. I guess we try this. If they don't have a kill spell, then, like, maybe? Is that actually gonna work? Links? Don't want to do that, actually. Alright. Try attacking with these. You gotta have something here. I was gonna say, there's gotta be something. Alright. Fear of isolation. Sure, that makes sense. Alright, so... things being what they are, let's do this. Put it on cat. Like, try this. Oh, actually, you know what? I messed up. I should have exerted Basri and done that. Yeah, because if I exerted Basri, I get a 2/2 cat anyway. And then I could have tried to group. Yeah. Alright, we win anyway. Yeah, for what I was saying is, instead of tapping Basri, I should have just... I guess it would have cost me a mana, though. But either way, I think it still would have been smarter to go ahead and just make the 2/2, crew the... or saddle the Glory Heathlinks. Granted, I wouldn't have been able to recast it there because I would have spent a mana, but I still think that's the better play to go with. But either way, it ended up not mattering. I think when I've run into these decks before, if you end up having a bunch of early creatures, they do struggle a bit. And then, of course, we had things that were going to be like multiple tokens anyway. So we're probably okay there. Yeah, sure. Or as my Canadian friends say, no, yeah. Which is funny. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if I'm misinterpreting that, because I have so many Canadian friends, and I feel like their positive and their negative is different than what you think it is. It'll be a no, yeah, or a yeah, no, which is really funny. And it really just comes down to what the second word is. You ignore the first word. All right. Spear Guard. Okay, well, they had a torch. That's unfortunate. That's fine, though. We'll live with the consequences. We knew what we were doing. Risking it for the biscuit. And we get a point of life back. No attack. I want to be able to block this Bastronaut if it comes down to it, because I assume they would just kill a Rabo if given an opportunity. So we're going to go here. Call cat. End of this, so we can draw another card. And we're already at 5 mana, which is kind of sick. Yeah, no need to put a Rabo at risk. Yep, you got it. Which is a good play for the opponent, because you get to draw a card here if you stack your effects right. Yep. Voice of Victory, sure. I expected that would be in there. Alright, let's find our big 5 mana things now. We're at that point in the game. Let's do the thing. I'm just going to block with these. I mean, kill a Rabo. That's fine. Like, I don't know what they thought was going to happen, but I'm definitely blocking there for show. For show, you right on. Rabo's still not dead? That's kind of crazy. Alright, then. You only have one blocker. Might as well. Alright, well, there's a couple of blockers at least. I mean, I assume they're just jumping off here, but you gotta do something. Oh, no, they're just... Alright. Maybe their plan is to play, I don't know, War Leader's Call? Yeah. I don't think we fear that. We're at 22. Like, that truly doesn't really matter right now. Yep, we're going to go ahead and activate this. Just have yet another 5/5 cat. Good thing, too. We drew a lot of lands here. I mean, I guess you could have 2 more blockers. But, I mean, they got to go to work, so let's see them. Yeah, exactly. Was I supposed to... I think I was supposed to attack with the Rabo there, actually. Yeah, I think I goofed up. I mean, I guess kind of, sort of. There's low chance we were going to kill them this turn. Yeah. Well, they're taking 8. You gotta... Yeah, you can't double block anything here. I think that was my assumption, but... Yeah, they'd have been at 1 if we'd have just attacked with the Rabo. So, yeah. No point. Alright. Sounds good to me. And we're still at 21 here. Yeah, Percussionist, not quite scary enough here. But they do get to draw, right? Yeah. Nesting Bot does a point. I mean, that can... Okay, now you can fling and kill something. I mean, you still have to block a lot, though, here. Yeah, that's not really going to cut it. I mean, I guess if you have another one of those, you can make it 2, 4, 6, 7. Yeah. I'll block this just for sport, but... Sure. I figured there was something like that, so I'm like, I'm not going to let it all through, but sure. Yep, opponent says GG's. Alright, good one. I would say on that last block, though, it's probably okay to block with a Rabo there. Because the opponents basically leave themselves with only 2 blockers. Even if it was something that could kill one thing and then they could fling that at something else, there would have still been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attackers, and they'd only be able to deal with 2 of them. And they're at 3. And the minimum would have all been 2 each. So probably still safer to block with a Rabo there. But the way the math worked out, we were at 1 and got away with it. Okay. Let's try. Sky Knight Squire, making me do the work to prove your worth. I feel you, though. I think this is where we go for it, though. Against blue-white, maybe they have a tap land. If they don't, it's going to suck for us, because we're probably not resolving the Arabo. Oh, it's not even blue-white. How sick. Alright, well, fair enough. Can't be too upset by that, though, I guess. This is likely just... if I were guessing, it's probably just the control pile. So it looks like what I would be doing if I were playing that. Oh no, we need not lands right now. Not lands is the right answer. Elspeth would be a great answer in this matchup. Though they do also play like Get Lost and stuff, so, you know. There's going to be an ill-timed explosion. I mean, I say that. It could just well be Brotherhood's End or whatever. This draw was not spectacular. I love that they're highlighting each individual guy. They're picking which one to kill, but I'm assuming you're just going to kill them all. Oh, no. They're going to do no such thing. Okay. That's a little bit of a surprise. Ooh. Alright. Let's go cat. And cat. I mean, I could probably just try to kill that card, which is probably smarter, but, you know, we're just going for gusto here. I assume we're losing our board anyway. Yeah, of course. I expected nothing less. Oh my gosh, that's terrible. What's the last thing on this? Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, certain target creature you control gains double strike. Alright, well, they don't have a creature, so I guess that doesn't matter. And the turn? The worst part is Shelter by Ghost is pretty bad here, because I don't even know if they have a permanent. Unless they're playing maybe the artifact that you can flash in and make stuff cheaper. Otherwise, I don't think they're going to have anything to target. I think we kind of need Elspeth or no here is what we're looking at. That is not going to do it. Man. So we only drew 4 actual creatures? That's tough. In like a damn near 30 creature deck. Yeah. You got it. You can cast it. There's no target. These are all artifacts, yeah? That doesn't work like that, opponent. There's no legal targets. Yep. All right, come on, Elspeth. Yeah, Regal Caracal, sure. Hopefully there's not another sweeper. I fear that there is, though, unfortunately. I'm going to split these up and just go digging. I mean, you're better than nothing. I'm just doing this in case there's an answer for the Caracal, like a Get Lost or something. The others might be able to get it done. Ooh. Alright, Meringue, I see you. Oh, that's the way they went. Can we... we only have 6 mana. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That doesn't work. Well, this one gets 1 back, though, right? So then we have 4. I guess no matter how I do it, we can only really do 8. Is kind of what this comes down to. So let's get rid of this guy. Here's the problem with this whole thing, is if they get the, whatever, the new big Jeskai spell, they get to make 2 things, shoot something for 4, go through that whole thing. But yeah, we at least attack them, put them down to 3. I'm going to just try to overwhelm the board, see if we can get there. Because we can currently Caracal plus Sheltered by Ghost, even if they have 1/1s in the way. This is another Meringue. I've been saying meringue like the pie. I don't even know how you pronounce that. Like, meringue? Meringue? That's what it looks like. Meringue, maybe? Maybe I have my emphasis on the wrong syllable. I don't know. Not totally sure how that works. Okay. And then they had the ability to do something here. I don't know what something is. If we Caracal, this only gets +1. Alright, let's just see. Do they have the counter? Because we do have Elspeth as the backup plan. I wanted to try Elspeth here, but it doesn't necessarily win the game. And there's also the reality that if they had a counter, then we're worse off if they do end up top decking a sweeper, which is more likely for them here. So while I could just play Shelter, there was a long pause there that they possibly have something. Okay, so they can't kill our creatures. They're just trying to stay alive here. Fair enough. Alright, get in there for 7. Don't even know why I left this on top, because if they get rid of our creatures, we're just going straight into Elspeth and then Sheltered. Yep, we got there. Whoa, man. Their deck's just all removal and like 6 dragons or something? Sure. You got it, fam. Man, cats are big duders, aren't they? Whew, we'll take that. Yeah, this game in particular was one because our patchwork banners made our creatures too big to be killed by lightning helixes. So they had to work to get rid of them. So yeah, if that's the situation, love it. So yeah, no complaints. This was a good 66%. No complaints there. And at least one of those was because I made a risky play on top of it. So it's pretty close to 70%. I will say, like, we did pretty well against the heavy aggro decks because we had a fair amount of life gain. You know, we could go just as wide as some of the blue-red Corey Still decks, so that helps. And Elspeth and Regal Caracal both were pretty good against sweepers, right? The control decks, we were able to kind of pile stuff up. I think the real concern would be decks that are Beanstalk decks. You almost have to get rid of the Beanstalk early just so you can possibly keep up as the game goes on. But outside of that, not too bad. I mean, if you only have a couple of bad matchups, I say fire up the cats. If you had them at the last set, craft you some Elspeths and go to town, because that's all you really got to do. But yeah, link will be down in the description like always. Be sure to check out our sponsor, Tales of Adventure, because that helps out. And remember to use the code. And if you want to support the channel directly, we do have memberships below where you get extra videos and you can get some personalized deck help. So check that out. Otherwise, you can support us for free by just watching another video and watching it all the way through. That's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.